welcome to my channel. I have an exciting video planned for y'all today. I decided I wanted to show y'all what a day in my life looks like as a reader who lives in a small town. Where I live, there aren't a lot of bookstores or bookish things to do, so usually I have to make do with what I've got, but hey, I enjoy it and I love living in a small town. So let's get the day started. So first things first, today is December 2nd, and y'all know what that means. Two books that I've been looking forward to are being released today. Better in Black by Cassandra Clare and Crown Tide by Alex Astor. Now, the only place I would have a hope of getting these books in my small town without traveling pretty far is Walmart. And we don't actually have a Walmart in my town I live in, but we have one in our county, so that's the one I drove to today. It's also up in the air on whether they'll actually have these books, but it's kind of fun to not know and then go in and see if they have them or not, so that'll be fun. I have a feeling that they'll have Crown Tide if it's not sold out by now, but I'm not sure about Better in Black. So let's go see if they have them. Just like I thought, they didn't have them. I really thought I would get at least one of them, so I'm kind of disappointed. But at first, I didn't think that they even had either of them because I didn't see them on the their names on the display. But then I looked at the bottom shelf and I saw it said Crown Tide, but it was all sold out. And I got here at noon. So who's buying books that early? I guess I should have been, huh? Well, I guess now I'm gonna go pick up lunch and then head home and get some reading done and maybe work on some of my bookish content. So let's go. Lunch secured. And I've been thinking about it because I can never stop thinking about books, but I told myself if they didn't have Better in Black, which I knew was a big possibility that they wouldn't have it, I told myself that I would buy the ebook, which is cheaper, and I would get it immediately. But now I'm kind of going back and forth on that decision because I think I have every single book in the Shadowhunters universe on my bookshelf. I think I have them all. Well, anyway, I don't want to just not have this final one and just have the ebook and not have it on my shelf. So I think I'm going to wait and get it whenever I go to a different bookstore. So can anyone say expected? Let's go home. Now that I'm home, I can get some reading done. I'm currently in the middle of 7 to 10 books. I know that's a lot, but I've put a lot of them on pause because I'm a huge mood reader, and once I get out of the mood for a book, I just can't bring myself to keep reading it in the moment. Though I will return to these books eventually, and every once in a while I do read a chapter or two from them, but I assure you these books are not forgotten. So I thought I would just go through and show y'all the books that I'm reading and talk about them for a minute. So the first book I'm in the middle of is Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book in the Natural series, which is a series about a group of teenagers who are recruited to this FBI program where they solve cold cases, and they end up helping on active cases too. Spoilers. But this series is really good. I don't know, it took me a while to read the Naturals initially too, so it's taking me a while to read this one. The next book I'm in the middle of is Made for Each Other. This is a book about a maid who gets caught sleeping in the bed of one of her clients that she was cleaning his house, and she gets kind of roped into fake dating him, and I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to spoil it. But this book's really good. I don't know. These types of romance books, sometimes I'll easily get out of the mood for them. And I wouldn't necessarily say I'm out of the mood for it, but I don't want to just read it for a lot of hours in a row. I just want to just read one chapter at a time, I think, every few days. I know, I'm a terrible reader, I know. The next book I'm in the middle of, which y'all might get me for this, especially since I was just trying to get Crown Tide today, but Lightlark by Alex Astor. I'm actually pretty far in this book. Well, pretty far, I consider. I'm a little over halfway through. This book's also really good. I actually read the whole first half really quickly, and I think I got burnt out on it. Yeah, I got a little burnt out, and I do plan on finishing the series though, and that's why I plan to buy Crown Tide. So I have the rest of the series, and maybe this is my sign to finish this book. I think of all these books, I need to finish this book first. So we'll see how that goes. Next is one of the newest books I've started, and I think I've only read one chapter, or wait, maybe I've read 2 chapters, but it's Love's a Witch by Trisha O'Malley, which I got this book during spooky season, but I'm not really the type of person who has to read a holiday book during the holiday. Like, I was reading a Christmas book this year in February, so I started this book recently, and it's good. I just am in the middle of so many books. I don't know why I started it. I don't need to be reading it, and I'll probably pretend that I didn't even start it so that I can finish all of my other books first. But yeah. Next are the books that I don't have the actual physical copy of. First is The Night and the Moth, which I am actually listening to the audiobook of. And it's also really good. I think I'm on like chapter 6. Again, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just listened to the 6 chapters in like one day, and then I haven't listened to it in like 2 weeks. But I really need to finish that audiobook because I think I want an audiobook Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, and I don't want to start a new audiobook until I finish that audiobook. So maybe this is my sign to listen to that audiobook. The next book is an ebook I'm reading, which is Beautiful Creatures, and that book is a book that I've actually already read. I read it whenever I was in high school. I think I was a freshman in high school, or a sophomore, maybe. But I literally remembered nothing from it. And that became even more clear whenever I started rereading it, because I was like, wait, this is happening? I don't remember any of this. But the reason I wanted to reread it was because I wanted to continue the series, and of course I can't continue the series whenever I don't remember what happened in the first book. And I was reading that book for a while, I think 2 months ago, and I put it on pause because I got distracted doing other stuff in life, you know. But maybe I'll return to it once I finish my other ebooks. Next is another ebook that I'm sorry, it's just so funny that I keep saying the same thing over and over. Like, yeah, I started this book and I haven't read it in months, but the next book is an ebook that I have tried reading twice. It is Icebreaker. And I won't give up on this book. I've read through about half of it once, and then I read through half of it twice, and then I started it again, and the reason I haven't finished it is I did get some secondhand embarrassment from it, and that's one of my bookish icks. But I won't give up on it. I plan on finishing it, and I bought a Christmas book by the same author, so it's not that I don't like the author or anything. I love her writing, and I love the characters. Once you get the ick, you know how it is. The main books I'm reading right now are The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and 13 Wishes by S.R. Hartley. The Lost Book of the White is the second book in the Eldest Curses series, which is in the Shadowhunters universe. The series follows the adventures of Magnus Bane, the Warlock, and Alec Lightwood, the Shadowhunter. And I don't want to spoil it because you really need to have read the whole Mortal Instrument series and the Infernal Devices. And I haven't read The Dark Artifices, but you might need to have read that before you read it. So I don't want to give away anything else that happens in it. And the next book, 13 Wishes, I actually received 13 Wishes as an e-arc because I signed up for the PR giveaway that the author was hosting, and I really appreciate it. I recommend for everyone to follow S.R. Hartley on Instagram because she is such a kind soul to send out these books to, I think it was over 700 people that signed up. And the book follows a witchy FMC who gets stranded in a small town where it seems like every day is Christmas. I won't say any more, it's not spoil, but so far I'm loving it. It's very Christmassy and also witchy at the same time, which I don't think I've read a Christmas book that has had a witch in it before. So it's very interesting. Now, when I'm not book shopping or reading, I also like to work on bookish content for my social medias. I have an Instagram, a TikTok, and obviously a YouTube channel. They all go by at Sierra the Reader. So if you want, you can go follow me on Instagram. Now let's get some work done. While I was filming that I might do a little mini book haul of some of the books that I've gotten recently. So first is Quicksilver and Brimstone by Callie Hart. Now, if you're anywhere on the internet right now, you know that Brimstone just recently came out. And honestly, I wasn't really interested in it simply because I didn't really know what it was. But then I went to my local Walmart and I saw Quicksilver, and look how beautiful this cover is and the edges. I just could not help myself. I had to get it. And I'm not usually one to buy a book just based off looks because I really want to be interested in the plot. But look at it. But look at it. It's so beautiful. And I read the plot and I was like, okay, it doesn't sound too bad. So I bought it. Then the next day I was at Walmart and they had Brimstone restocked, and look at those edges. I just had to get it. I just can't help myself. And then after doing some more research on Quicksilver, I realized that Quicksilver is this book, which this is the original cover, which I have definitely seen for a long time, and I just have never picked it up. I'm not sure why. I think I wasn't really interested at first in the plot, but reading it again, my mind will sometimes change about that. Like at first I won't be interested, and then I will be interested. So either way, I bought it now, and I plan on reading it. And hey, maybe I'll wish I had picked it up sooner. Next is another Walmart purchase because, hey, like I said, Walmart is the only place to get books around here. And I bought this book because look at the cover. It is Blackthorn by J.T. Geisinger. I think I nailed that pronunciation. But this cover I think is just so beautiful. It caught my attention. There's this bird and it says you never forget your first love. It's just, and it says only available at Walmart. So the plot of this book is giving me Romeo Juliet vibes, which I love that trope where it's like rival families and forbidden love, and so I just had to pick it up. Now this next book that I bought is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. Now this book is basically an ancient artifact. It came out a long time ago, but I actually haven't really seen it until recently. I don't remember, I know it's gone through some cover changes, but even those old covers I don't remember seeing. This book is about a princess who runs away from an arranged marriage and about the prince and assassin who are trying to find her. So it sounds really interesting. I can't wait to read it. And that's all the books that I've bought recently. I did plan on having Crown Tide and Better in Black in this book haul, but as you saw earlier in the video, I did not end up buying those books. I'm still salty about it. Well, that was a day in my life as a small town reader. I hope you all enjoyed getting some insight into what it's like to live in a small town. There are some drawbacks to living in a small town, like there not being a Barnes & Noble or a Chick-fil-A, but I think the good outweighs the bad, ultimately. I love making videos on YouTube, and I have a bunch of videos planned, so make sure to watch out for those. Well, thanks for watching. Bye!